Coley's has been around for years and years, been used from the early 1900s, I believe, sometime, and was used for years with good success. And then I'm not sure, I think you know exactly what happened to it. It got, anyway, put on a shelf somewhere, so then it wasn't being used when the FDA came in and made all these changes, and so they didn't consider it, and then it couldn't be given out anymore legally in the United States of America, which is ridiculous because it had been used for years and approved. So, you know, it needs to be approved again.
What is the legal status of Coley fluid? A 2007 Freedom of Information request to the Food and Drug Administration has yielded little information to date. The agency has supplied this 1914 license from the U.S. Treasury Department to Parke-Davis & Company to produce Coley fluid called Coley's Mixture in FDA's accompanying document. However, the historical record reveals that beginning in 1899, Parke-Davis, the world's largest pharmaceutical firm, manufactured Coley fluid for more than 50 years.
Yes, we need to have a Coley's available in the United States of America. This is our country, and it was here for 60 years or so, and available to people. It should still be available to people, and we should have that choice.
I do not understand how the government can spend billions and billions of dollars on doing things that, well, in my opinion, are worthless. But all they have to do is, people like Tom Harkin, is to force the FDA or whoever has to approve it into allowing that drug to be treated here in a facility that's set up to do this type of treatment. And it's so much better for the people. They're closer to their family. They're in a familiar environment. They get the same treatment for rechecks and things. You got to go across the border, back and forth, which is time consuming and expensive. And so why not? Why not okay a certain drug that we know, you're a prime example, that we know works. You had maybe 5-6 months, maybe, but now we're 14 months later and you're healthier than you ever been. And why? Because you had the Coley's to take the inflammatory cancer away.
Yeah, of course, you know, the problem being that it doesn't cost $3,000 to do Coley's every time you get a shot in the arm, like it does for the other things that we charge so much money for. So if it doesn't cost that much, then, you know, we don't want to do that, because the drug companies wouldn't make all that money, you know, because they can't charge all that money to cut you open and give you chemotherapy and all those drugs that make you sick. And they just shouldn't be able to do that.
Don't hold back now.
Yeah! No, really.
Tell it like you really.
And here in the United States of America, we're supposed to have freedom. So we should be able to free to choose. We're freedom of speech. Why can't we have freedom of our own bodies and our medical treatment that we choose to have? We just really need to have that. So, Senator, you know, you need to back us up here and try and help us out so that we can get Coley's legalized and we can set it up even as a clinical trial, or however it should be done. It could still be overseen. It isn't like, you know, you're asking to do something that's underground and nobody knows about. It'd be right out in the open, and then you could see for yourself how much good it's really doing for people that didn't have a chance otherwise.
How did it feel to watch Sharon and Patty and John and Vera and Jean? What did it feel like watching those other people?
Oh, it kind of felt like they were family. That's what it feels like.